HD2, W298BB, W228CX, Indianapolis. The Grady and Big Joe Show. Talk sports at 239-1070. Or email us, GradyandJoe@1070thefan.com. Now, here's Michael Grady and Big Joe Stasiak.
And good morning. We have video of Miles Turner working out. Miles in the gym.
Buffet? I want to see him work out at the buffet.
At the buffet.
Joe can help him.
He's in a gym. Let me see, who's Steven Kyler? So Fresh Face sent this over to from Basketball Insiders. Sent this video of Miles Turner working out in the gym. And the caption is, Miles Turner on the grind early in Vegas. Was grinding hard yesterday with no AC. Gym was like 100 degrees. What a warrior. And the post-up move was, I'll retweet it right now if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it. Put that work in, Miles. Put that work in. 100-degree gym. Battling. Come on, Miles.
Good post move
Make
over a
pay.
5'8" dude.
Yeah, sure. It's 5'8". You're being generous. You're being generous. That guy is slightly slimmer than the guy Jermaine O'Neal almost knocked the snout out of in 2004. Where are the big guys? Where are the big guys? Come on, Miles. Look, hey, none of this means anything at the end of the day. I don't know who Steven Kyler is, but he comes off like a hype man. Steve Kyler. I'm trying to make him Steven Tyler by the end of this segment. Steve Kyler. It was like 100 degrees in the gym. We've all hooped in 100-degree gyms.
That's all there was back then.
I've hooped in 105-degree weather. Yeah.
100 degrees. Yeah. Oh, he's ready to annihilate the league. Look, we hope so.
I've hooped when the pavements burned my shoes.
Come on now. What's up with the hype man? Put in work, Miles. Put in work. Dominate. Michael emails in. Michael, we're 1 minute into the show. Michael emails in. That guy is shorter than Grady. Michael. Oh, we share a name, bro. At least give me 3 minutes. At least give me 3 minutes, Michael. Put in work. We'll see. We'll see. That music still gets me hyped. We played that music. We played the music last year for Lance, right? Yeah, we played it for Lance.
We had a listener make a video with it.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Oh, he deleted it, unfortunately.
He deleted it. Oh, that's right.
But
it was like copyright stuff with the right.
But it was awesome.
It was fantastic. Now Lance is putting in work for the Lakers, and he talked recently about joining LeBron and saying that it was really cool that he reached out. Great to be playing with one of the best players to ever play the game. I was actually surprised that LeBron made the move to L.A. I guess he needed a new look. I feel like just him reaching out and showing that he liked what I bring to the game is amazing. So, yeah, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Lance couldn't go there without approval. From 23?
Yeah.
Couldn't go there without approval.
Yeah, I heard he had a phone call, too.
Yeah.
Actually, special. That's what Pritch was saying. He had a special phone call. Hey, come on out. And that's what's going to make this whole thing different for Lance, because Lance can't survive, or I shouldn't say can't, because a guy can always change his spots. He can always mature and do something. But here's the thing: he didn't do anything because he went to a team and it was just like, hey, this is what we expect out of you, kind of thing. With you're your own guy. Now Lance is better off in that secondary role when he's told what to do. He's that guy. He's that Indian. He's not the chief. He's the Indian. And he is one of the most energetic Indians you're ever going to find. Just tell him what to do. He's dying to do whatever you want. He's dying to please. And so this is a good situation for him, because I don't think there'd been another situation where he could have.
It doesn't work without an alpha. It doesn't work without that, that dog whisperer.
Well, I don't even know now. He needs somebody to please.
Yes, he needed a David West. He needed a Brian Shaw. He needed he needed somebody.
I'm glad you're saying that, because I don't know that it needed to be a guy on the court. I think he worked here because Larry Bird. Larry Bird was
Larry Bird was the first dog whisperer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I don't think it had to be an alpha as far as a guy on the court. I think it just had to be somebody that he wanted to please, and Larry Bird was that guy that he wanted to please. You get to Charlotte, and Jordan didn't treat him the same way, I guess, or whatever. There just wasn't that. Minnesota, L.A., Clippers, those kind of. There was nobody out there to impress. There was nobody to please. And so I think this will be good for him. I think it'll be good for him. I really do. I think it'd be fun for him.
Yeah. Who knows him better than LeBron outside of his Pacer teammates?
That's
who
true.
knows him? And LeBron has no problem getting on guys and telling them what they need to do, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm really curious to see how LeBron plays, because again, they're not better than Golden State. They're a talented team. They'll be a show. They'll be fun to watch. But I'm curious how demonstrative he's going to be when things don't go right. It's a completely different feel when you have multiple championships, and this is the place that you want to retire from. This is where you want to finish your career. And it's just curious to see how guys respond to that. If it's your last day or last week at school, you don't have the same fervor you had at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the school year. No?
Probably not.
Probably not. Any more school anecdotes, Joe? You got anything else you want to share about school?
Hey, I'm the son of a teacher, man. I got all kinds of anecdotes.
And it was really funny is to see what Carmelo Anthony does, and I bring it up again because you remember it was a handful of years ago where Carmelo was, looking at free agency, and his options were the Knicks and being the lone dude there, or at the Maury, but basically being the lone dude there, or joining an MVP and Derrick Rose and going to Chicago with that unit, which could have been a championship type squad. And Carmelo chose to go to New York, and we know what happened there. He got blocked by Roy Hibbert, and the rest is history. Now he's faced with, and you know which one I'm hoping for. He's faced with go to Houston, which, again, we all look at as an L, but go to Houston and have a chance to do something special. Or did you hear the other destination, Joe?
I did, but I can't remember.
Miami.
Oh, that's right.
Joe, if he chooses Miami, he is the scrubbiest of scrubs that we've seen in NBA history.
But that's the retirement thing.
That's the retirement. I'm going off into the sunset, and I'm going to be on South Beach, and I'm going to be chilling. And a piece of me hopes that he does that, because that would just confirm so much. But if it's a prideful thing, and it's, everybody's saying that I'm, garbage now, and that I was dead weight in Oklahoma City, let me show everybody one last time what I can do. Let me go to Houston with CP3 and James, and let me prove everybody wrong.
It's D'Antoni, too, though.
Who just lets you shoot. Who lets you do what the hell you want to do.
They don't have a good relationship.
That didn't work in New York, though, didn't it? That wasn't.
Oh. Well, I mean, the CP3 thing is the draw and the chance to do something special.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to be the 2 seed in the West, or do you want to be the 6-7 seed in the East?
Yeah.
Do you want? No, you want to work hard? Do you want to work hard every single day for the chance to maybe knock off the Golden State Warriors? Put in work, blood, sweat, and tears, work, or do you want a pina colada?
2, please. Yeah, he's going to get on TV a lot though with Houston. So
does he care about? Does he care about TV?
I think so. I think so. I really do. He doesn't say a whole lot, but no, I think he does. I think he definitely does. I think he wants to be a part of that show.
He wants to be a part of the Houston show.
I think he wants to be a part of the show.
Part of the Houston show. Well, it says something. Yeah, we'll see how he competes and plays on the court. And I love looking at evaluating this. We talked about this from the Colts standpoint, and from the Colts standpoint, they played. Would you say they played hard? They played hard.
Oh yeah, they gave them everything they got. They just didn't have much.
The direction wasn't. The direction that they were given wasn't that strong.
Yeah.
What was bigger, the direction or the lack of direction or the lack of talent?
Talent.
Talent was bigger than direction.
Because every time we came back and we were talking about, Chuck's got them all wanting to fight. They're all out there trying. But when you can't win in the fourth quarter, it's talent. And a lot of that has, you can overcome, bad decisions, going for fourth down, fake punts. Eventually you can overcome some of that stuff if you got the talent to do it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to make some of those decisions if you got talent too. They should go ahead and play out.
We never gave a lot of credit in terms of game plan, and there certainly was an issue with talent, especially Joe on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
Especially on the defensive side of the ball. And that still that still concerns me headed into this upcoming season. However, understanding how this whole thing is working with Chris Ballard, take care of that offense, take care of that offensive line first and foremost, and then at next offseason you can put more of your energy on the defensive side of the ball. You can't solve all of your problems in one offseason. I think they made a nice dent on the offensive side of the ball. At least in the trenches with the offensive line. You welcome Andrew Luck back. Skill positions is one that I'm curious about. Did you see what ESPN, we're at a time of year where they just put together lists, right?
Right.
List after list after list after list after list. And so this latest list, which I'm sure our boy Mike Wells contributed to, ranked the top arsenals in the NFL. Top offensive arsenals in the NFL. And I should add this note that it excludes the impact of the quarterback.
Okay.
So it does exclude the impact, if you're talking about the Colts, of Andrew Luck. If you're talking about the Packers, take Aaron Rodgers out of the equation. How would you rank their skill position guys? Okay.
I think Pittsburgh,
the notes. So the notes without including the impact of the quarterback, offensive line, or scheme. So the rankings don't include contract value. This is based solely on how these players are projected to perform in 2018, and the arsenals are weighted more toward receivers.
Okay.
32nd ranked offensive arsenal, the New York Jets. 31st ranked offensive arsenal, the Miami Dolphins.
They just lost Landry.
30th, the Cowboys.
Cowboys at there. Okay, so you got a new tight end because your tight end left. He was your only thing. Des Bryant's not there.
Oh, yeah, Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, but you got Zeke. How much do you factor in the running back play?
Yeah. Well, again, they say that it's more weighted toward receivers.
Right. That makes sense.
They don't have any there in Dallas. Buffalo, 29th. 28th, the Seattle Seahawks. 27th, the Indianapolis Colts.
Well,
outside of T.Y. Hilton, what do you have?
Well,
that's basically what they're saying.
Well, inconsistent T.Y. Hilton, too. Jack Doyle's an 8.5 yard per catch kind of guy. 80 catches last year, 60 the year before, and then he was teens or single digits, before that. So there's not a lot. I mean, we love Jack, and he's a Pro Bowl type tight end, but as far as explosiveness.
I mean, he had a rough start to the year, too. He had so many drops, in those first 5 or 6 games.
He went through a small stretch where he did have a bunch of drops, because that's one of the things he never did.
Right.
And then and I think
turned it on late.
I think we kind of chalked that up to some injury and some other things that were going on. But he got it back. Marlon Mack,
underutilized.
Breakaway speed. Can he break a tackle? I guess we'll see. Nyheim Hines, I think by the end of 2018, the league will know about Nyheim Hines. I like everything this guy's got. I mean, he's fascinating. But if it's weighted towards receivers,
then you have T.Y.
Chester is your two, maybe Ryan Grant. I mean, you get why they
show me.
Hell, they may be too high at 27.
They may be too high at 27.
Yeah,
because
there's not a running back in there you can depend on.
Is there anybody outside of 465 who knows a dude in the NFL named Chester? Anybody. So that says a lot right there. That says a whole. So that's. But we
knew that, right? We knew that, right? Because that's the glaring thing. Obviously, you want to add a pass rusher, and you're always trying to do that. But we don't know. We just added a bunch of guys, and hopefully something will shift out. But the other thing was why we were looking for that veteran receiver. We thought that would probably be the big signing come free agency. We would be in the market for a big name receiver to try and come here, and we didn't spend the money on them because they were all overpriced. And I agree with not making that move. But you better dig somebody up, a couple of guys up, and Andrew better be able to find him. But again, if this doesn't have anything to do with the quarterback, they may be overrated at 27.
I agree wholeheartedly. Then the bad position to be in is to be rated low and to not have the quarterback.
Yes,
and so Dak Prescott's pretty. We'll see how Dak Prescott continues to go. But again, the Cowboys are ranked 30th. The Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, Jets. I mean,
the Jets.
It's the reason why the Patriots walk over that division every year.
Yeah.
You got two bad ones every year, then somebody is normally pretty good.
Yeah, in Seattle, they have Russell Wilson, so he makes those guys look better than what they actually are. San Francisco, we will see this season whether or not their guy is legit, although they gave him that big contract last year. The Jaguars, 25th.
No, you got Fournette. Okay,
Dante Moncrief is in there like, hey, yo.
Whoa. Okay, so, yeah. All right, so go back to how they expect him to play in 2018. How can you expect Dante Moncrief to do anything when his career has been nothing?
He might be.
I think they got.
He frustrated me, Joe. Probably more. I won't say frustrated. I get, and you can speak to this as a parent. There are times where you get frustrated, where you're kind of angry, and then there's time where you're like, this deep exhale. You hang your head like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. It's like two different emotions. Mm-hmm. There have been receivers where I think Pierre Garçon, I was mad. I was like frustrated at times when he had his drops. Dante Moncrief, I was like,
yeah,
really, Dante?
Yeah.
Really, Dante?
Well, and I think it's all because
he disappointed me as much as any receiver.
Well, and it's because you got in the locker room, you got to meet him, he was a decent kid, all that kind of stuff, and you just expected more for him, and you knew that this was the year for him, and he seemed ready for it and everything, and he just never wanted to take the baton and run. He never wanted it. So, man, Jacksonville, though. All right, I would make an argument that Jacksonville should be worse than the Colts then.
No.
If they have zero receivers. Keelan Cole, Dede Westbrook, Cole, Dante. Come on now.
They got rid of all three of their good receivers.
Yeah, at least you have T.Y. So I give him Fournette, but if you're waiting a wide receiver with more than a running back, and plus we got Jack. Who's Jacksonville's tight end? Come on.
I don't know.
Mercedes still there?
I say Leonard Fournette by himself puts them ahead of the Colts. And I don't, and that's coming from someone who has no idea. I was joking about Chester. I have no idea who Keelan Cole is. If you asked me who Keelan Cole was, I would say he's a character on Living Single. I have no idea who he is. But I would still put Jacksonville. Okay, yeah, that's it. They're definitely ahead of the Colts. Definitely ahead of the Colts.
But I agree with that they're not that far away, though.
But would you take the Colts offense ahead of if screw their parameters on ESPN, would you take that Colts offense all included over Jacksonville? Absolutely. But I would take their skill position guys. Until you prove something to me.
I got you.
Naeem and Chester and
I'd love to have Leonard
other
Fournette.
Guys.
I would like to have Leonard Fournette.
No question.
But I don't want Dante back. I don't know anything about Westbrook or Cole, so
no, can't do it. 239-1070 is our number. 239-1070.
We're Tennessee and Houston.
I will get to that when we come back. Also want to get your opinion. On Miles Turner's post-up moves. A lot of people are commenting on it. Just give me your reaction.
Can you tell me who's number one in the NFL offenses?
Nope. We're back after this here on the
Come on, Grady! Dang!
And in the personal columns,
Grady and Big Joe, FM 107.5 and 1070 The Fan.
if you like Pina Coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Grady and Big Joe Show, 107.5, 1070 The Fan. Yeah, that's Melo's choice.
Go to Miami.
Pina Colada in Miami.
I'm okay with that.
But this is under new contract, right? Since he was out and out cut, nobody's paying him $27 million. So
I saw they're trying to make a trade.
oh
yeah, they haven't finished the buyout yet. So still on the agenda. You wanted to know the top ranked Arsenal in the NFL?
Yeah, and where Tennessee and Houston are.
Okay, where Tennessee and Houston are. We already mentioned the Colts are 27th. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 25th. Moving right along, let's see. 14th, the Tennessee Titans. Corey Davis, Rashard Matthews, Delaney Walker.
Corey Davis, number 5 overall pick, hurt. Not much. Speedy guy. Rashard Matthews, okay. Serviceable guy. Running back is what?
Derrick Henry, Deion Lewis.
Deion Lewis is different. I like Deion Lewis. I like everything Deion Lewis does. He was great with the Patriots, man. Okay.
You
all
like
right.
it?
And then Delaney Walker's still playing, right? He's about 50. But Delaney's a good
Delaney there.
He's a good tight end.
He's just one of those old guys who just always seems to be open, makes that catch, and then someone goes low on him because he's a wide load. It's like we've seen that he can make that play until he's 60. He can make that until he's 60. 12th.
Right. They're far and away better than Jacksonville, so okay, I'm cool with that.
Houston Texans 12th.
See, let me think. Hopkins, obviously. Okay, Hopkins is a good receiver.
He's one of the best in the league.
See, and I don't see that.
He's one of the best in the league.
Yeah, I mean, if you're put him in a category with T.Y. Hilton, I would agree. If that is your one of the best in the league, and T.Y. Hilton's in that same group, okay, I can agree with that. If you're talking about really legit best in the league, I mean, there's 4 or 5 guys. Your Antonio Browns, your Julio Jones. Those kind of guys. Beckham.
He had 96 catches.
No,
1,400 yards.
Exactly. No, he has a ton of catches.
13 touchdowns.
But why? They have nobody else. Fuller is entirely an inconsistent number 2. They don't even have a tight end anymore. They haven't played with a tight end in years. Their running back situation, where they got the kid from Miami, right?
Uh-huh.
Lamar Miller?
Yeah, Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller,
Ronnie
right?
Brown, Jesus.
Lamar
David.
Miller, okay, good enough. But again, when you take the offensive line out of it and the quarterback play, that's hard. I don't view Hopkins like everybody else views Hopkins.
What about the fact that he puts up numbers despite never having a good quarterback? Like he had Hopkins last year for 5 games, and he still put up numbers afterwards.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the only guy, but he had the worst quarterback in the league throwing them the football.
And then again, that's the other side of the coin. He is their only guy. So who you going to concentrate on? And if you can still put up numbers when you're doing that, I get it. I don't put him any higher than a guy at T.Y. I don't know that I would put Houston ahead of Tennessee.
It may you can't argue Hopkins, but the way you consider the rest of the supporting cast, it may be a tad high. 12th overall, 12th offensive arsenal. Talking about the supporting cast, not including the offensive line, not including the quarterback. 12th best in the NFL. Let me go 11-1 real quick. New Orleans 11th, Chargers 10th. The Bears 9th. What? Lord, I have not watched football in a while. How long has this offseason been, guys? The Bears have
play.
What in the hell?
The only guy I can think of is Jordan Howard.
They added Allen Robinson.
Shannon, who you got there with the Bears? Come on, Shannon,
Yikes.
tell us about your team.
Yeah, right, Shannon. Where are you at, Shannon? Are you? I have not watched for a while. Okay, all right. 9th is the Chicago Bears. 8th, the New England Patriots. The juiced up Pets. The Eagles 7th. Rams 6th. No argument. Vikings 5th. Wow. Vikings
That's a little
5th.
high. We got Thielen.
Stephon Diggs.
Alshon Jeffrey.
And again, I go back to who you got to throwing the ball to him.
But you can't. You got to block that out.
You're right.
Is this just skill positions, or is this accounting for the O-line as well?
No, O-line's not included either.
Just
welcome to the show, David.
Sorry, I've been over here thinking about Pina Coladas for like the last 30 minutes.
David's in Miami.
Fourth, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Atlanta Falcons third. Second, the New York Giants.
Oh, come on now. The Giants? Okay, you got Beckham.
Brandon Marshall, Evan Ingram, Saquon
the
Barkley.
Ghost of Brandon
Odell
Marshall.
Beckham.
You put Saquon Barkley. You can't. No, they're not. No.
It's pretty good.
They don't beat Pittsburgh. Brown, Bell, Smith-Schuster, Jesse James. You kidding? You're not beating that. Jones, Sanu, the double running backs in Atlanta. You're not beating that.
My guess. I would say number one, since I hadn't gotten to it yet. Number one, Kansas City Chiefs.
Hunt had a hell of a year. Hill is incredible. And then, Kelsey. Yeah, Travis Kelsey. Yeah.
If Kelsey can stay on the field.
Oh, he stays on the field.
Yeah. The problem is he gets thrown out of games.
Yeah, he's not an injury thing. It's a high head thing.
That's where
I love that. I love that group. You're right. Yeah, Kelsey, Hill, Hunt. I can't complain against that. Giants, no. I probably put Pittsburgh 2. Actually, I put Pittsburgh in a fight with Kansas City there. But Brown's the best in the game.
We mentioned Sammy Watkins for Kansas City too.
Yeah, I've always liked him. He's never ever lived up to potential, and he got a crap load of money.
He did.
So he better perform for him.
I think it was like $16 million a year. So he's got to perform. So
the Barkley and Beckham. That's really it in New York. What? Jeffrey is kind of on the way out, right? I mean.
It's a nice debate. It's a nice debate, and that's a hell of a 1-2 punch, though, with Odell and Saquon Barkley. So they're in the conversation. They're definitely top 5. They're in the top 5, no question. But then you can make your arguments: Falcons, and Pittsburgh. Still, Pittsburgh being 4th, huh? Interesting. So that's your top 10. And if you're just joining us, the Colts are 27th. Colts are 27th. Offensive weapons, not including the quarterback and the offensive line. So if you take all that into consideration, if you're just joining us like David, so if you take the entire offenses, then we have a different conversation. I don't know that it's not a massive jump for the Colts, but it is a jump. They're not the 27th best offense in the NFL with Andrew Luck. So
I jumped 10 with Andrew Luck. I'd pump him 10.
You'd pump him 10?
Just with Andrew Luck. From where I would not put him at 27. I'd probably put him, 9 or 30, to be honest with you. But I'd put him a top 20 team with Andrew Luck. Absolutely.
Top 20 man. Okay. I can't argue that. And then it's up to them to prove it. And you know what I'm most excited about? I'm most excited about that WWE offensive line.
Attitude, baby.
I want body slams. I don't want to see what we saw in the 90s with Big Joe getting trucked. That's all over our wall. We got the pictures to prove it, Joe. It's all over the wall.
Look how big
we
those
don't want guys
are.
getting trucked.
He sees Harbaugh going down. He's going,
I did not get trucked.
The funniest.
I might have gotten called for holding, but I did not get trucked.
Who was your boy who got trucked a few years ago? We got an offensive lineman. You Lincoln.
Got lifted up.
Leave Link alone. Leave Link alone. He went to Kansas City.
That was. And this is all due respect to Link. But in the times that we have done the show, in terms of Twitter reaction, obviously nothing tops, Ray Skillman or anything like that. Nothing tops that. But in terms of just, I don't know, my phone blew the bleep up, Joe.
That
When they showed that replay, so he gets trucked, but when they showed the replay, and I don't know who the announcers were, but they were like, whoa. And it was like, Joe, I got 10,000. What's up with Joe's boy Link? What's up with Link? Oh my God, Joe's boy got slammed.
That entire week leading up to that game, Joe was trying to defend Linkenbach and was saying, "Oh no, it was something this guy did." Then he gets lifted up into the air.
Lifted up.
He plays
that
too high.
Monday show was amazing, and that was just that was a lot of. I will never, ever, ever, ever forget that. That was fantastic with Lincoln.
Yeah,
and then,
but played a little too high on that.
A little high, you think?
I'm telling you,
and it got higher.
Good. It is not good to be
And it
6. I used to say 6'6", but now that our boy Costanzo's 6'7", I'll give you 6'7". I don't go any taller than 6'7" if I'm an off. I don't care. Banner, the 6'8" kid and 360 or whatever. It is so much just center of gravity, and Dwight Freeney was the greatest. Greatest, yes. Dwight Freeney was the greatest at using his balance points and whatnot.
He made Jonathan Ogden look like a fool.
Jonathan Ogden, maybe the greatest offensive tackle in football.
And Orlando Pace as well.
Big O's a good player too. And I know a lot of people say Anthony Munoz, and I love Anthony Munoz too, and it'd be hard to compare. But Jonathan, it's all in where you are as far as Dwight. That was one of Dwight's things, just being like 6'2". And the whirling dervish and the speed, but he always was able to get underneath you, and that's the thing. That's what's hard for the offensive lineman. That's why and I've talked to some offensive line coaches around some of the guys in college and that, and I ask guys like, why do you guys continue to recruit, these guys that are 6'8"? And and a couple of the guys said, I understand what you're saying. And these guys are just, they're the best that are out there. It's like, well, hell yeah, they're the best in high school because nobody can get around them. Nobody's developed enough to be able to do that. But as soon as you get to that next level, and you go against a studly guy, you can look pretty stupid at 6'8" if you can't move and if you can't get low. So
I got you.
Johnny Ogden was tall too, and he was that's another reason why I love Jonathan Ogden and what because he was able to play with dominance at that kind of height.
Let's take a quick time out. 239-1070 is our number. 239-1070. Still plenty more stuff coming up on the show. Adam Silver saying that the NBA competitive balance is not really a big issue right now, or the Golden State Warriors dominance is not an issue right now, although it has been presented and he is considering a 1-16 format. The obstacles, however, are pretty steep. We'll hit on that at the top of the hour. Plus, we retweeted the video out of, who is it? Steve Kyler tweeting out a video. Steve Kyler tweeted out a video yesterday of Miles Turner, the caption, and I don't know if he's his hype man or whatever it may be, but Miles Turner on the grind early in Vegas was grinding hard yesterday. He used grind twice in this caption. Miles Turner on the grind early in Vegas was grinding hard yesterday with no AC. Gym was like 100 degrees. That doesn't.
And all the water was room temperature.
It's a whole lot different if you take out gym and put in club.
Right? Yeah, especially Vegas.
At the club.
If I wasn't talking about a basketball player, this dude was grinding in Vegas, grinding hard, no AC. It was like 100 degrees. Check out the video, and then I asked the question: do you like what you see, or calm down, Steve? We'll get to some of your responses in a moment. Don't go anywhere. This is the Grady and Big Joe Show.